Hello, I am Jean-Yves Cheutin. I've been paddling for 25 years. I would like to talk about my vision for the paddling sports. We all believe our sports deserves a better representation. More paddlers, more media, more money, more playgrounds worldwide. I believe being in the Olympic program remains now the best way to achieve our goal and to keep on developing. We can't lose the Olympic Games. So far we've been doing quite well. Slalom has been the dynamic part of the Olympics for the past 20 years. Athletes' level are rising. More and more people expect to watch our sport on TV during the Olympic Games. The IOC could be considered as a worldwide ministry of sport. The Olympic Games are the most popular sport event on the planet. Anticipating the future makes sense. It would allow us to position ourselves in the new IOC political context. We need paddling sports products that fit with the IOC's guidelines. Universality, parity, feasibility, sustainable development. During the major review after the London Olympic Games, the IOC will scan our sport through these guidelines. They will be the ultimate referee. Now let's come back to the proposal. Introduce 2 women events in the whitewater Olympic program. C1 woman slalom, the K1 woman giant slalom. Second proposal. Any athlete who is qualified in one canoe-kayak event can participate in any whitewater event. The benefits for the guidelines. What universality means for the IOC. Universality includes the number of countries and continents we can bring together at the World Championships and the ability for paddlers worldwide to identify to our Olympic athletes. Paddles are used worldwide, but we need to market and promote a sport that people can practice worldwide. More clinics, more visibility, more exchanges between the countries to help development. We are missionaries of the paddling sports. With my 2 proposals, we introduce a new event, giant slalom, that can be raced by any woman, flat water, slalom, K1, C1. We introduce combined event in the Olympic program. C2 men are composed by K1 and C1 men. C2 remain in the Olympic program as it represents the only team event in whitewater, strengthening our universality goal. Parity. When you look how the IOC classifies the results, sports are divided in man and woman events. There must be the same number of medals and the same number of athletes. But events can be different. Parity is not equality, parity is equity. Whitewater reaches parity in medals and number of athletes, with no added athletes if the 24 C2 quotas are transferred to the women. Feasibility. Let's make our sport easier to watch and understand, and to practice. We must make the result clearer and more obvious by reducing the subjective factors. We must leave a legacy for the host countries with equipment adapted to their needs. Giant slalom is the easiest we can organize and can be won by any athlete from flat water and slalom. Sustainable development. Imagine 360 degrees. Every 2 seconds of water flow represents the weight of a truck going down this river. For 10 hours, this energy represents a 360 kilometers truck's line. We are aware energy price is rising. A water flow from top to bottom policy. We group paddling events together on the same place, raising the number of competition on natural or dam-released river. And you never know, some paddler could even double the classes and be successful. And by the way, we would save energy and money. These choices added to a calendar, which is a kind of mix of geography and calendar, connected with logistics, and we would get the Nobel Prize. The changes in the slalom rules? The whole slalom course progression is reviewed to 4 steps by adding 6 gates from a 6 gates course to 24 gates. In 8 days, the Olympic competitions program allows each athlete to race up to 3 classes for men and women. Day 1, the course 1 with 6 gates and no upstream will be the giant slalom. The course 2 with 12 gates and 4 upstreams will be qualification for C1 women and C2 men. The course 3 with 18 gates and 6 upstreams will be the final for C1 women, C2 men, and the qualification for K1 women, C1 men and K1 men. The course 4 with 24 gates and 8 upstreams would be the finals for K1 women, C1 men and K1 men. This could bring together a giant slalom and slalom world championships for 6 classes, C1, C2, K1, men, women, mixed, and create a whitewater paddling sports world championships. The gate, a touch project. Now a penalty is given when a judge sees the penalty. Let's make it clear, like high jump. A penalty is given when the pole falls. In team event at the World Championships, only 1 penalty per team can be given. Let's keep 2 poles gates to make it easy to watch. For 2020, paddling sport whitewater stadium events must demonstrate to the IOC their will to comply with the IOC's policies. Our proposal must be strong and unify the whitewater users. We must show we are open-minded to the universality of the paddling sports. We must reach parity. We must raise the use of the whitewater stadium with more days of competition and more starts. We must increase the number of countries participating in our sport. Common point between popular events is the organizing countries wants to highlight their strengths in a world forum. Paddling sports can be practiced anywhere, and we can trust our disciplines and our paddlers to adapt to any environment. What about an ocean race in the Rio Bay? Wouldn't it be attractive? The IOC wants unity and the end of the fighting between flatwater and slalom. And we slalom don't need internal fight to know who should remain in the Olympic program. We must present a united front and a strong project that promote paddling sports at the Olympic Games in 2020 and be ready to adapt for it. Slalom has now lived a generation cycle of 20 years. We have to keep on growing. All major sports went through this path. Why not us? That could be a powerful step unifying the paddlers. The IOC guidelines offer us the opportunity to keep on always moving forward.